Good afternoon, Jonah.
Good afternoon, Anton, and sa lahat
Yeah.
ng viewers natin.
Yes, good afternoon to all the people watching on the live stream. So, we're restarting this author series ulit. No? For all those people who are interested to write their own book. So, we're talking to Jonah about her new book, Nakita. Business Writing Bloopers, Common Mistakes to Avoid. So, we'll get to know Jonah during this episode, and we'll talk to her about how she wrote the book. And ano ba yung mga business writing bloopers? Maybe, Jonah, you can give us some tips, and then some advice for would-be authors. My name is Antonius, founder of Our Awesome Planet, and we're awesome live with Jonah Chipeco. Can you do a short introduction? All right, Jonah, congratulations with your new book,
Thank you.
Business Writing Bloopers. So maybe just a short introduction about you. What do you do, and how did you get to this, the concept of the book?
All right, thank you, Anton. Again, my name is Jonah Chipeco. I call myself a writerpreneur because I do two things. First, I write. I've been a freelance writer since 2011. And as a business,
Wow.
I teach writing. So currently, I am the founder of the online school Writing Hacks Academy. And one of the courses we teach is business writing. So related dun yung i-share ko ngayon na book na business writing bloopers. But did you know that before I became a business writing trainer, I was working for in the corporate field, no marketing practitioner ako for 10 years. And it just happened that I encountered a crossroad in my life back in 2015 on the way to a meeting in Quezon City. I slipped and hit my back one rainy afternoon sa may MRT station. And that's a time I thought, now, what do I want to be doing for the rest of my life? If I only have one life to live, how do I want it to be awesome? How do I make it awesome? So I said that I want to write books, I want to be a speaker, and I want to eventually travel the world. So yung
Nice.
journey ko of being a business writing trainer started then. Sabi ko, okay, I'll find a job where I can be a resource speaker, and nagkaroon ng vacancy in one organization where I applied. They're looking for a business writing trainer. And sabi ko, I've been writing correspondences throughout my work as a marketing manager. I was managing up to 25 people then, and I often make yung templates at work and check yung correspondences of my team. So sabi ko,
Mhm.
sige, I can create a module, I can create lessons about business writing. And yung president of the training organization got me as a resource speaker do sa training organization nila. And I said, na okay, if students can learn from what I do, kasi like in each month, mga 50 to 100 students would attend my training then. So one of the highlights in my journey as a business writing trainer is teaching yung Philippine communications group ng Presidential Communications Department, no, and other corporate
Wow.
organizations. So I was observing, and syempre naisip ko, like, how do I reach out to more people and expand what I do. And since dream ko rin to be an author, I thought na okay, sige, I'll turn my module, some of the things I teach, into a book. And unlike other authors, kasi uso ngayon, Anton, di ba, yung merong mga authors who would do a challenge na parang within X number of days, 90 days or
Uh,
100 days,
uh,
tapos na yung libro nila. Sa akin, it took me about 5 years to get the
wow,
project
5 years.
done. Kasi kasi parang, okay, sinimulan ko na sa ebook version muna,
Okay.
and it was parang a beta copy that I distributed among my subscribers since I have yung mga students who sign up for my seminar. Sabi ko, okay, pamigay natin yung ebook version, let's see kung ano yung feedback nila, and let's try to sell some units. And then eventually, I met yung founder ng Papercut Books, si Kath
Yeah.
Derla, who introduced me to self-publishing. And ang bala ko kasi nun, kapag magiging author ka, parang maganda to kapag nasa mga late 40s or 50s ka na, 'di ba? Parang you would have more time
Oo.
to write. But But then again, sabi ko, since I have the connection and it's easy naman for me to write and parang expound the content of the ebook I worked on, why don't I do the book already? Why don't I publish yung paperback version? At nagkataon dahil pandemic, we have more time to write, 'di ba? So, um, at least natapos yung manuscript and we're able to talk about printing and distribution. So recently nga, in October, we launched itong paperback version ng business writing, bloopers, common mistake to avoid. So that's how it happened. It started because I was doing this as a trainer. I was teaching organizations and students about business writing, and I wanted to reach more people.
Okay. Now, I have a question. You're a writer entrepreneur, so that's interesting. What
Mhm.
happened to the writing gigs during the pandemic? Dumami ba siya? Kumonti ba siya? Did the price increase or decrease? Kasi in photography, parang
Mm.
nagbagsakan ng presyo, di ba? Happened to the writing gig or naging more business focused ba yung writing?
You'll be
Paano?
surprised because yung demand was steady, and one of the main customers that I cater to for my writing services are coaches. They're the ones who create information products like ebooks, course manuals, online courses. And since people would stay at home and would prefer to
Yes.
learn online at home, dumami yung naghahanap ng mga writers. For
Ah,
local, most of them would prefer to have someone ghostwrite their books. And for
okay.
foreign clients, madami yung naghahanap ng content writers who will create yung research and create yung lessons for their online courses.
So nag-prosper kumbaga,
Oo,
tuloy-tuloy ang business.
tuloy-tuloy. Oo.
Okay. Now question, what's the difference between business writing versus copywriting? Is that the same or different?
It's different. Glad you asked kasi medyo malaki ang universe of writing, no? Meron tayong different niches and forms of writing. So, ang kaibahan ng business writing versus yung copywriting would be first, yung copywriting, ang goal niya would be writing to sell or writing to influence. Ang business writing, nasa boundary siya of giving information and also meron ding persuasion or influence. But ang business writing would focus on emails, business letters, memos, minutes of the meeting, and they're not necessarily directly selling. So, minsan meron silang thin line kasi kung ang email naman, meron tayong email copywriting or sales emails, merong sales page emails, merong sales
Oo.
letter din. Kapag business writing, ang goal mo lang talaga, like when you do cover letters or write letters to sell, it's to get close a meeting or
Okay.
parang invite people to know more about your product. So kapag meron ka ng landing page or call to action for people to purchase on the spot, mas kailangan mo na ang copywriter. So yun
Hmm,
yung kaibahan nila. Mas ginagamit sa office whether salesperson or not, they would use business writing. But for copywriting, mostly nasa sales marketing a field ang mga gumagamit nito.
hmm. Interesting, ah. Oh, of course, I write a lot also, but more on the blogging, writing side, no? But,
Oo, may
I'm
content
had
writing pa tayo, 'di ba?
oo, may content
Technical
writing ka pa,
writing,
'no?
oo, oo.
Pero ang hirap 'no ng different, actually ako nahihirapan ako magsulat ng book talaga. Pinapagalitan na ako
Mhm.
ni Kat. But, let's go back to business writing, So ano ba yung mga common mistakes? So this is about, common mistakes. Uh, did you write the book ba for writerpreneurs also or for general people, who's writing business correspondence in the office?
Usually general practitioners, general people, you don't have to be an entrepreneur. What I like about business writing kasi parang timeless or classic topic siya. If you learn about this, even if you move jobs or move to
Oo,
different companies, yung principles are the same. So parang if you
okay.
invest on it, if you learn it now, whether gusto mong maging freelancer, professional, or entrepreneur, you can use yung skills ng business writing.
Okay. Sige, so ano yung mga what are the top common mistakes ba?
Sige.
Maybe
So,
give us a few
okay.
mistakes para
Okay. Yung
we can
sa book we listed 10 common mistakes, no, but I would bring up some situations that may be familiar to you.
yes,
Nowadays,
yes.
madalas tayo makareceive, we often receive emails that are not customized or personalized. Especially magki-Christmas season, maybe you've experienced this when you see a random email na addressed to everyone without your name on it, without saying how they found your information. In short, pwedeng spam email ito. Saying directly, hi, here are the list of our products and services. Lalo na yung mga giveaway companies, I'm sorry. Or yung mga those selling real estate, if you're into these industries, sometimes we would send email blasts and collect email addresses without establishing your relationship first. So,
Oo,
sa
correct.
business writing kasi, it's one-to-one communication. So, it's important to customize and personalize. At least, you know the exact recipient na makakatanggap nito. Please change their name or establish connection by saying, how did you find their information? What do you know about their company? So that you can tell eventually how your product would benefit yung organization nila or what they do. So yun for me yung number one na nakikita ko these days, Anton. And
Tama
minsan I
'yun.
would I would just ignore if I see na hindi naman para sa akin to talaga. It's just an email blast or a proposal sent to everyone. All right?
Yeah. I think
Second,
for
go
me,
go ahead.
before you move on, ako, we get a lot of pitches also, no? And
Mhm.
'pag hindi naka-address to us, to our names, ibig sabihin they did not look at the website, they scrape it lang. So, of course, we will take it as spam or unsubscribe, no? Immediately. Pero pag meron silang, let's say, Dear Anton, ganyan, I
Mm.
respond to them. Even if, just to say, no, we're not interested. Ganon. Para
Oo.
we're more polite. Kasi at least they took time, di ba, to, to at least, even if na automated, siguro pag get na lang email and then mail merge nila. But that's
Mm.
still, they took time to like personalize it. And I think I really appreciate it. Thanks for
Mm.
putting that out there. Kasi marami talaga yung hindi nagpa-personalize. And sayang lang rin yung time nila for doing that.
Alright.
All right,
Sige.
next.
Number two, siguro 2 out of 3. Nandyan pa rin yung problem of clarity because we prefer using difficult words. If you will send an email, minsan makikita mo pa rin yung please find attached here with. Parang you're used to using language na parang legal terms or sounding intelligent, and sometimes we can't blame ourselves because parang tanong ko siguro or trivia, no? Hindi niyo ba natatanong bakit nga ba may mga professionals na ganun magsalita na parang we want to impress people by showing our vocabulary? Sige, let me remind you, when we were studying writing in school, doing our thesis, 'di ba? We're always encouraged to use yung as many vocabulary words as we
Yes,
can. And
correct.
even pinabibilang yung how many number of words para to submit your report, kailangan maka 2,000,
Oo.
5,000 words ka. So what you do is you try to add filler words or complex words para marami kang maisulat and you want to sound intelligent. But in business writing, or when we move to the professional or business world, clarity is important. We don't write to impress, we write to be understood. So we want to make our writing clear, and one way to do that is to use simple words. So hindi natin kailangan magpa-impress by the language that we use. What's important is people would understand us. Halimbawa, yung simple use of please disseminate the following information. Yun, pwede, or please disseminate this memorandum of agreement, ganyan. What if you just say, please issue the contract, or please sign this memo. It's concise, it's clear, it's use simple language. Isa pa example, what if you're writing to terminate a contract and you are saying through a letter, this letter is issued to remind you of the termination of your agreement ending on November 25, 2021. What if you just say that this is a reminder that your contract ends on November 2021? Or we would like it to remind you that your contract ends on yung date. So
Mhm.
I hope that you would review or watch yourself if you're
Oo.
speaking that way, na nawawala na yung clarity because we're used to writing um not just difficult words or complex words, but also long sentences.
Galing ah. And of course, in business writing, is it okay to do in terms of language na ganyan, kahit Taglish or hindi? Kailangan straight English, straight Tagalog? Paano ba yun?
Number one rule is know who your audience is when you write. It's not just for business writing, but across all forms of writing. So that
Yes.
means if you're writing to rank and file employees, let's say nagsusulat ka para sa mga security guards, first level employees, or yung mga readers mo are drivers, let's say, pwede ka magsulat in Tagalog or Taglish. Hindi necessary na English lahat. Kasi 'di ba, what if yung readers mo would have a hard time understanding yung ni-renout mo na memo or yung in-email mo sa kanila, pwede tayong gumamit ng Tagalog or wikang Filipino.
All right. Uh, that's good. And then in terms of essentially what you're saying, kailangan plain ano lang, parang plain simple English. Don't make it complicated, no?
Yes, yes.
Oo. Okay. What else? Final tip.
Final reminder, um, conversational language. I think kadugtong siya ng pagiging clear or concise.
No, I
Um,
have to ask that, no? Kasi like in all writing, even blogging is
mm,
conversation. How is it different from
yes.
business writing? Di ba kasi there needs to be certain level of professionalism then, in a sense, no? Kahit na
Mm-mm.
conversation. So, paano yun?
Minsan, meron kasi tayong tinitingnan na hierarchy of recipient. Like, are they in the same level? Are they a superior? Are they a direct report? Minsan, nagbabago yung structure or format or even the words that we use. Halimbawa, um, I don't know if you're familiar with this rule, but yung sa memo, may nagtanong sa akin before, HR manager siya, what if my memo is addressed to the company president or the company VP? So,
Oo.
yung simple na tinitweak natin doon, instead na to, yung sa heading sa
Oo.
taas, we write
True.
for. So yung mga simple changes na ganun. And sometimes if you're writing a letter, let's say yung nga manager ka, you have a proposal to the president, it would be great to connect with someone from the other company na same level mo and ask for endorsement or recommendation to write it to their president, or maybe have your president sign din yung proposal or invitation letter that you have para president to president siyang address. Sometimes I think that's why medyo naisip mo na baka technical yung words to be used, no? Kasi ibang form of
Oo.
writing yon. We also have
Yeah.
technical writing and it's also used pero for reports, technical reports and long form proposals. So ito na yung merong
Mm.
graphs and charts na parang gagawa
Oo.
ka ng annual report or progress report of the business. Yun, hindi siya conversational language kasi third person siya. But in business writing, when I say conversational, you can use I, you can use you can use you can write as you speak as well. So hindi siya yung legal sounding or technical sounding, because ang bottom line is, Anton, one misconception din kasi is when we
Mhm.
present to people who are professionals, parang
Yes.
laging logic or rational yung gagamitin. There's
Oo.
actually a neuroscience in decision making saying, asking na ano ba talaga when people decide, will they use yung emotion or will they use yung logic? Kayo, type nyo sa comment box what you think. But the answer to that study, surprisingly, is it's still emotions. Parang they have a group
Mm.
of patients in the same room with a problem do sa side of the brain nila dealing with decision making and emotions. And sometimes these people, hirap sila mag-decide even what to eat. Like, are you gonna choose pizza or pasta? Are you gonna choose chicken or ham? Kasi they're part of the brain dealing with emotions na merong affect, merong affected. So, di ba
Oo.
minsan when we come to work and we feel emotional, parang it's hard for
Oo.
us to decide. Parang hindi tayo makathink clearly. So, how do I connect that with writing?
Oo.
Kasi when we write, it's also not just about how the other person would think na magaling tayo or how we wrote to them, but how we're able to make them feel when we write to them, ano yung tone, ano yung feeling that we convey. Will they read through our words na we're someone that they can trust? Yung readers can trust us? We're someone na credible ba? If we are sending an apology letter or email, will they feel yung sincerity that you're really there to apologize for what happened and solve their problems?
Um, galing. Now, so how did you ano naman, naintindihan ko yung business writing and maybe I can, tama ka, you should, we can learn a lot from this. Ang question ko lang, do you cover pitches in this? Is that considered business writing also?
I didn't cover pitches, but meron akong simple formula na binigay dyan if you want to write to influence. So, influencing includes sales letter, asking for a meeting or inviting someone. And yung
Oo,
formula na yon useful din siya if you will make
useful yan.
pitches. Mm-mm.
Okay, that's good. Now, ito, final naman, in writing the book. I'm
Mhm.
struggling kasi with writing the book from, of course, we write a lot on the blog, but writing the book, nahirapan ako. How's writing for a book different from business writing, and how were you able to trigger a different, or did you treat it separately ba? Or did you treat it the same? And kaya madali lang mo nasulat yung book.
Iba yung treatment ko kasi when writing ebooks or books. One technique that I would teach even to my students who ask me
Oo.
about that is to choose two paths. Are you gonna write using parang a sprint method or a marathon method? Ako kasi sprinter ako. When I say sprint, I can sometimes sit in a coffee shop or schedule a day na ideas are flowing and I can write everything. So meaning I would schedule days or weeks na tuloy-tuloy at magsusulat ako. Kapag marathon naman is you'll divide it by chapters and say, okay, I'll schedule, I can just do parang 1 hour every week or every 2 weeks. Parang you're aware na matagal mong matatapos talaga yung libro and sometimes choosing what works for you between those two would help a lot as well
Oo.
in finishing. So parang some kasi would see this as a race. Meron talaga yung mga technique na or even sometimes meron mga book or ideas na tapos na in a day or two para nalagay na nila lahat
Oo.
doon, no? But sometimes meron talagang parang face na marathon style. But the trick there is kasi mix siya of being creative and organized eh. If you get the inspiration, there are times or days na you're super creative. Parang maximize that to really write
Okay.
and sit down. If inuna kasi natin minsan yung idea na we should be organized first, parang kung ang nature mo is you like it creative or free-flowing, parang medyo may hindrance in finishing your book. So para sa akin binabalance ko yung dalawa and I also respect yung process of the writer kung ano yung mas magwo-work sa kanya. But at the end of the day, kailangan kasi in between kasi nun yung motivation and inspiration to keep going.
That's good. Yes. Galing, galing nga 'yan. Yeah. So, ako I'm still figuring it out 'no. But, maybe what's your going into 2022, any new projects or ano ba? What's on your bucket list for 2022?
2022, I wanna go back into blogging. Anton,
Ah,
when I started freelance writing 2011, I first started through my lifestyle blog and yun yung naging portfolio
oo.
ko for clients. I think naiwan ko siya kasi nga I did yung training, I started my online
Yes,
school.
oo.
But parang sa child's heart ko sa loob-loob, inner child ko, gusto talaga, okay, let's travel, let's enjoy good food. So parang I wanna reopen my
Yes,
lifestyle blog. And
oo.
second, sa book, you'll be surprised because I also want to try different niches. Parang I want to do a romance novel or a self-help book as well
Galing,
aside from business writing. Oo, kasi we're parang we're multifaceted people tayo, 'di ba? Parang we have different sides of us and sometimes it's exciting na hindi lang yung puro professional side natin yung napagbibigyan, and especially during this pandemic, no? parang we want to spark what creates joy or happiness within us. Parang as much as possible, 'di ba? Magawa natin yung mga bagay also for our enjoyment.
Yun, okay nga. Actually yung, lifestyle vlogs nga, good that, you mentioned that 'no, kasi marami ring marami nagsusulat na hindi na nagsusulat for lifestyle vlog. Kasi nga, I guess it's harder to monetize a lifestyle vlogging,
Mhm.
in a sense. But lifestyle blogging actually makes sense if you don't monetize it, eh. I mean
Mhm.
you really write about the things you love, ganyan, you travel, and then
Mhm.
of course you have the monetization on the side. Parang it's a separate thing. That actually works best. So
Oo.
good. Yeah, ang galing. Thank you
Minsan ikaw
for
naman na-invite ko to speak about vlogging sa community ko. But I
yes, yes.
like it. I like what
Oo.
you said kasi 'di ba you started lang na writing because you want it for your family, parang you wanna share yung travel
Oo.
adventures ninyo, and then at the end of it yung opportunities to monetize it just came. So minsan kasi may mga ventures na gano'n, you started lang as a hobby and you're able to sustain it kasi you're happy with what you do, and then you'll be surprised that you have followers na or you have people who approach you also
Yeah.
for opportunities to advertise. So thank you also for what you do and for featuring authors like us dito
Oo,
sa our
yeah,
awesome
I get
planet.
inspired also and, like ngayon we write a lot about, yung mga, siyempre post-pandemic realities na 'no,
Mhm,
food and
mhm.
travel and then ito nga, itong authorship et cetera. So it's nice and, it's nice to know what's happening in the industry. Parang the business writing I thought the business writing group got affected, hindi pala. And it makes sense by the way you explained it. No? At least you're direct in that business. And I think um, for those of you watching, you're getting interested in the business, right? Do you still teach? Maybe you can share and promote your classes, if any.
Oo. Yes, I teach. Actually, if you get a copy of my book, para meron tayo diyang advertisement of an online course that we do. So we have yung business writing for professionals. Like I'm trying to
Can you show
see
it?
yung
Yeah.
page. Teka lang. I
Or
can find
parang
it.
lead
But
magnet mo na rin yan? Parang lead magnet o hindi naman?
in a way, parang lead magnet na din to get people to know about my course. So if you visit writinghacksacademy.com, you can check out yung courses namin doon. Sometimes I do live workshops kapag may invitation for companies to do yung business writing training, but we also have recorded online courses. But since we're broadcasting this na 11/11 ngayon, we thought also of doing a promo. If you are still looking for gifts or giveaways, especially sa team nyo ngayong Christmas, why not get a copy of Business Writing Bloopers? Parang hint nyo na rin sa kanila secretly na, hey, improve your business writing skills, diba? Get that email written better. Um, we're having a promo na if you buy 3 books, you can get it for 1,300 pesos only. And um, free shipping na yon within the Philippines. So, I can also share yung link dito sa comment, bit.ly/bwb dash book. Yan. If you want yung ebook version, available naman siya at a lower rate. At least you can just download it and read it through our online profile. Ayan. Si Anthony showing our website kasi those are the 3 different people uh, whom we parang help when they write. So some of them wants to learn business writing, they're entrepreneurs who want to write for their business, or freelance writers who want to monetize their writing skills. Ayan. So if you'd visit the website, you will find out free webinars, online courses, books and ebooks that you can learn from.
All right. Rosal Chipeco is watching. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. And yeah, so inspired. Yes. Just let me know. Can help you talk about blogging and stuff. And thank you for sharing this. Will be really good. I'm interested on anything about writing at this point. Kasi nga, writing actually is really good, especially during this pandemic. And I'm not sure not a lot of people realize it. Kasi uh, you need to parang elevate your game pa din eh,
Mm.
throughout. You have to elevate things, and thanks for sharing your knowledge to a lot of people. Any final message before we close?
Okay. I titled the book Business Writing Bloopers Common Mistakes to Avoid because often we're afraid to try new things, or if we make mistakes or napansin tayo ng supervisor natin or client na nagkamali, we feel somehow stuck and find it difficult to move on. But what's more important is that we learn from those mistakes and try to also highlight ano ba yung strengths natin. You'd be surprised kasi
I'm
sometimes
hesitant to buy anything in the
we
cryptocurrencies
would
right
write
now.
our we
But
would
I'm not saying
rate
that it's gonna fall. More like
we would rate
parang
our writing
I just
skills
don't
lower
know.
than
Maybe
our
it goes up,
actual
maybe it goes down. It's
capability.
like I don't care. It's
So
like who cares, diba?
um
If it goes
teka
down,
lang,
then
may
it goes
narinig ako
down.
sa background. Yeah, so sometimes we would rate our writing skills lower than our actual capability, but if someone would assess and give you feedback, ano ba yung, where are you going well? What are you doing well? Where are you going wrong? That would give us an extra boost of confidence. So if you don't have that person right now showing you ano ba yung mali mo, ano ba yung things na ginagawa mong tama pagdating sa business writing, this can be a handy guide that you can use wherever you go, whatever job you're doing. Treat this parang as your manual on how to get business writing done. So thank you so much, Anton, and for the
Thank
viewers who
you.
joined us and watch the replay.
Yes, and we'll end with the comment ni Dino Mendoza Mista. Hello po, ma'am. Congratulations. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Jonah. And for those people watching on the replay and watching on the live stream now, please like and share this video, and share this to people who would be interested into business writing. And check out Jonah Chipeco's course and website. Ano ulit yun? Hacking
Um,
hack
Writing Hacks Academy.
writing writing hacks
Oo.
writinghacksacademy.com. So check that out, John and Chipeco. Thank you to Coach Kat for helping a lot of authors out there. And maraming salamat. Live an awesome life, Jonah, and hope to see you. Lumalabas ka na ba ngayon?
Oo, vaccinated naman na tayo. Hope to see you
Oh,
soon
yeah.
too. Sana may
Yes,
mga events na ano tayo, come across in person.
oh, one of these days. All right. Thank you, Jonah. Maraming
Thank
salamat.
you, Anton.
Live an
Bye.
awesome life, guys.
Okay.
Can you do a short English short film?